Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to my channel. Ooh. This morning, just wanted to come in and talk to you guys since my plans have been a little bit delayed. What's that saying? They say delayed but not denied. So, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're catching the replay. Thank you for supporting and watching. And don't forget to share out the video period, so that people who are not here live with me can come back and watch it. So just wanted to get on here and just talk, I guess, because my plans this morning are not going as planned. Um, I woke up this morning, got all dressed and everything to get ready to go in the garden and finish expanding my garden. If you don't know, I've already. Hey, G Mama, thank you for coming in. If you don't know, I've already. Let me make you a moderator on here. Let's see. See how do I do that? I think I go to settings. I think I probably have to do that when you I don't know. I think you probably have. I have to make somebody a moderator when before the live. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Good morning, unbiased. Thank you for coming. Oh, y'all got a power outage. It's raining over there because it's raining over here where I am. But you be safe. I hope y'all get power back soon. So sound like me and unbiased in the same boat. She's not far from me. Both of us are in Louisiana. And I got up this morning with plans to go and till my garden, the rest of my garden, expand it so I could drop some more seeds. But as soon as I got dressed, put on my clothes, and came outside to put on my boots, it started drizzling. Now, I knew that it was going to rain this weekend, which was the main reason why I wanted to get out and go ahead and start my garden so that after I drop my seeds, the garden could get that, fresh rainwater, especially with the new seeds. But yesterday, okay, let me rewind. Yesterday started off really good. Let me let this truck pass. I started off really good yesterday, and I can ask unbiased. Can I make y'all a moderator while I'm on in the live, or will I have to do that afterwards? I'm on my phone. I'm not on the computer. I'm on my phone. Let's see. Oh, she don't have any rain. See, I see the three dots next to y'all name. Star comment band user put in time. I'm not trying to put y'all in timeout. Is there a storm coming in our path, Queen? I haven't seen any news. Um, no, I just think that this is just remnants of one that's out there. It hasn't really developed into anything. So I think this just remnants right now. Okay, hit the three dots next to the name. Okay, when I hit the three dots, it says star comment, put user in timeout, ban user, or delete their comment. Maybe I can't do it. Now I have the free version. Does that matter? Okay, G Mama. So I did you in my YouTube. I was on YouTube yesterday. So yours still show you as a moderator. So I was able to do it yesterday in YouTube because that was easy to do it. I might have to go back since I'm streaming from StreamYard to YouTube. I might have to go back and do it. But I'm gonna add you unbiased as one of my moderators. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I'll go back and add you after the live over with. So like I was saying, y'all, the main reason why I wanted to get all this done because I knew the rain chances was increasing. Uh to yesterday it was 50%. I think today is 50% as well. I'm not sure. But I knew that we were gonna get rain. So I wanted to get my seeds in the ground, get them a good start with that nice rainwater, and then the heat's going to return. It's not going to be triple digits, supposedly, but it's still going to be um, high. What's up, B? How you feeling? How you living? Thank you for joining me this morning. Just updating y'all on my garden. Uh, So yesterday I was able to get a lot of work done. I was able to increase my garden size by 3 times the size that I started off with. And by the time I was ready to till in the fertilizer, the slow release fertilizer, the rain started. It started early. Now I got scared earlier because at first when I was out there, um, I got a few. It started getting cloudy, and I got a few dark clouds, and it just drizzled a little bit while I was out there, but it didn't make the ground muddy. Just made it a little damp on the top, so I was able to continue tilling and increase the size. So when I got through tilling and I was ready, well, when I was done tilling the beginning part and I got to the soil, I was ready to get in my fertilizer and I wanted to till in my fertilizer with my tiller. The rain started. So I had to stop and let the rain go ahead and do what it do. While it was raining, I was able to pull up the rest of my all my plants that were left in there from my summer garden. So I pulled up my sunflowers and I'm glad it did rain because them sunflower roots were strong. And before it rained, I wasn't able to pull it up. I had to just cut it down at the ground level, and then I was just gonna chop it up with the tiller. Did you do a video with the tiller yet? No, not yet. My plan was to do that video last night while I was watching Miss T, but I couldn't do it. My concentration was gone. Any of y'all that was in there last night, I couldn't get nothing done. I couldn't I couldn't concentrate. That live was hilarious. If you haven't watched it, you got to go back and watch it. So, yeah, I was able to. The rain loosened the soil up, so I was able to pull up those roots that were strong. Like I had sunflower in there, and I had corn in there, and I couldn't pull up those roots before it rained. So when it rained a little bit, it dampened the soil, and I was able to pull those roots up, so I didn't have to worry about tilling that. And I was able to. I was able to get that out the way. And then when the rain stopped, I'm still waiting for my seeds to germinate. It's been 4 days and nothing yet. Give it time, unbiased. It takes a while. Give it about a week and you'll probably see something. But 4 days, depending on how deep you planted those seeds, you probably won't see nothing for about a week at least. Yeah, for about a week. G Mama, I was there. I'm her guest. She was there. I think if she was saying it right, I think Growing What I Eat supposed to be on her show tomorrow too. So yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of gardening special with y'all doing something about potting something. I know you're gonna be on that. She did mention that last night about you being on there. And she said, I think her mind was just gone. She was thinking about Growing What I Eat, but she was, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's gonna be there, but she said he was gonna be on there tomorrow too. I was watching her celebrate. I couldn't comment because I was working, but yes, yeah, it was hilarious. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. It was very hilarious. But I was able to get those roots up. Yeah, I'm impatient too. There's one thing that gardening is gonna teach you. It's gonna make you have patience if you stick with it. And there's no way you can be a plant anything and not have patience once you're done. It's gonna make you have patience. Trust me. Because I wasn't a patient person either. But gardening has made me more patient. I'm say that. 'Cause I want my stuff to come up too. It makes you plan ahead because if you know you're kind of a impatient person, it makes you plan ahead to decrease the amount of your uh, anxiousness. So that's the good thing about gardening. That's part of the therapeutic effect. So yeah, I was able to get those roots up, y'all. And once I got them up, um, I came in the house and let the rain. It didn't rain long, and it didn't rain a lot, but it rained enough just to wet the top layer of the soil, and that was it. So I was able to do that. Then when it stopped raining, I came back outside and checked the soil to see if it was too muddy for me to continue, which it was in between. Um, I did some research, and G Mama, you can help me with this because I was wanting to get my seeds in the ground so bad yesterday. But I know if the ground is too wet and you plant the seeds after the ground is already wet, they say that they could mold. And I didn't want that to happen. So I had to go outside and check to see if the ground was too wet to where I couldn't plant. So it wasn't too wet. On the top layer of it, it was wet, but under it, it was still some dirt. So I was able to mix that up a little bit, and then I was going to put soil on top of it anyway. So I mixed that up to make it not so wet, and then I put my topsoil on top of it, and then I planted my seeds in my topsoil, and then instead of drenching it with the watering, I just watered it a little bit just to get the seeds settled in. But I just didn't do water. I did my fertilizer that I mixed with water, and that's how I watered them in last night. And now this morning they're getting some rainwater, so they'll be really soaked in properly this morning. Let's see. Everybody say I'm impatient, but I know I just don't like it. You sound like Miss T. Yeah, I was thinking that about last night, but I wasn't sure. It had to be. But he had on church clothes. So I'm like, can't be. Well, I'm saying the church clothes looked like he had just came from church. Maybe he went to a function or something, and he just that's the attire that he had on. But unbiased, your crafts should keep you. Is that? Oh, she talking to unbiased. Yeah, you definitely. Your crafts would have to definitely keep you busy while you wait. So that's a good thing. You always want to have something else that you can do because you sitting there watching your plants. That's what I learned the when I first started in pots. I was coming out every I was already coming out every day checking on my plants. But I was coming out several times a day. Hour every hour almost looking. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. But it'll happen. It'll happen. Look, see, unbiased say I'm looking in the cup every day. Yep, and there's nothing to see. At first, it's like that, but then watch. After a week go by, you're gonna see that little sprout coming up out of the ground. You're gonna be like, and then from there, you'll be able to. You'll probably see something every day, a little bit every day. The little sprout might be leaning down the first time you see it, and the next time it's up a little bit more, and like that. But I find uh I think you doing yours in the house. Your cups is in the house. When I have mine outside on the porch, like overnight, I don't know what it is about nighttime, but overnight, like these plants just they grow overnight. Literally, they grow overnight. Okay, G Mama said it's better to plant before it rains, right? But if you're adding soil, add the soil first, then plant. That's what I did yesterday. So I'm glad you confirmed that. That's what I did yesterday. My goal was, y'all know, sometimes things don't go the way that you plan it, and that's what happened to me yesterday. So I had to come up with a backup plan. It rained before I got finished, but I was able to get half of my stuff done. I just didn't get the whole thing done. So that's what I did. I was only planning to put topsoil on the area that I grew in over the summer, not on the newly tilled area, but after it rained, I had to put topsoil on there if I wanted to get my seeds in the ground. So that's what I did. I put that topsoil on there. I planted my seeds, and then because I knew it was gonna rain again today, I wasn't sure. Last night, I just soaked the seeds with my fertilizer and water in the ground last night, and so now they're getting really soaked in today because of this rain. It just rained for about right before I came online. Let me see. Yeah, it's been about 20 minutes. I've been online for about 18 minutes, and it had just started raining. So about it's been raining for about 20 minutes. Sometimes rain doesn't soak through, just surface damp. So soaking is good since you can re-soak what doesn't germinate. Okay, I'm gonna check my soil when I go out there to see, make sure that they got. Well, at this point, yeah, they got soaked because it just rained. G Mama say that's how real gardeners check every day. Yep, every day. You gotta know what's going on. That way, if something is happening, you can fix it early, catch it early. That's my thinking. I check every day, and I still check several times a day. So I still do that. Probably not as much, but I still check several times a day, just to go out there and see. Yeah, you might have. I check several times a day sometimes just to go out there, just to look, or just to go out there and sit and talk to the plants or whatever. I didn't see any cardboard on the ground. That helps build the soil too. I didn't put any, but I was talking with Sweet Thumbs yesterday, and we both were thinking about using some cardboard, but I think we were looking to do cardboard for um why is my screen so dark? I need to increase my let me see y'all. Uh-oh. I need to increase the light on my screen. I'm so dark to myself. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, me and Sweet Thumbs were talking yesterday, communicating back and forth about using cardboard, but not for the in-ground plants. Well, I think he was talking about his beds. He had lined his beds with cardboard and then put soil, and he was thinking about doing that again this year to save money on how much soil you buy. And I seen Kay Renee's garden do that for her potted plants. So I was thinking about doing that, but he was saying the only problem that he had was the cardboard didn't deteriorate as fast enough. So some of the plants died because they couldn't get through the cardboard to the soil underneath. And so we were thinking, well, maybe you can shred the cardboard up, instead of just laying a thick layer in there, just shred it up. That way you'll have some, it'll be pieces of cardboard at the bottom where the plants can get around to the soil underneath. So yeah, cardboard is a good idea. I think I might not have to do that for the rest of my garden because I'm not planning to add any topsoil to that because the soil I have is good. It's a good texture. I just need to add some amendments like a slow release fertilizer and some liquid fertilizer as soon as I get it in there. So so and I'm so glad you said this. Yep, surface area is everything, especially when it's a lot. Yeah, it was. That's what he was saying. When we were brainstorming back off each other, we was like, well, we know the cardboard works. It's probably just the way that we use it. So I'm gonna use the cardboard for some potted plants that I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna do some because I know after I get these seeds down, it's gonna be something else that I want to plant, and I'm not gonna have room. I have the whole left side of my garden that I'm not gonna put anything in yet because I'm trying to save that space to put some sugar cane because I need the sugar cane to grow tall so when the summer comes it could provide some shade for my tomatoes because during the summer my tomatoes did not grow because it was too hot. But I noticed in previous years when I grew my tomatoes in pots, I had them on my porch, but they didn't get full direct sun every day. They were shaded for most part of the day and they got, enough sun to where they could grow. But over there in the in-ground garden, it was horrible. It was too hot for them and they couldn't grow and then disease started setting in on them. And the bugs were out there, but the bugs weren't the problem. The problem was the heat. And so now that it's about to cool off, I'm going to try growing tomatoes again and see how that works. And then I'll have my sugar cane to help combat the heat during next summer. So they'll have some shade from the sugar cane on one side, and then I'll have corn on the other side. So on both sides of my garden, on the left side, or which would be the sun comes up in the west, right? So on the west side of my garden, I'll have corn. So when the sun comes up in the morning, uh, the plants that are not as heat tolerant, they'll be shaded, and they only will get sun when get direct sun while the sun is up in the sky high. That'll be around 12 o'clock. From 12 till about between 4 and 5, they'll have some sun. But around 3 o'clock, the it'll be more on the east side, if I have that correct. About east and the west, I can't think right now. So the sugar cane will have shade for them after 3 o'clock, so it won't be direct sun, but they'll still get some sun, and it won't be so hot. Okay, bye. I'm calling. Okay, G Mama, thank you for coming. Uh, Bye. Say I need to find a place in my yard to provide shade for my plants. Yes, or you can always um. What I was thinking about doing is doing a trellis like over certain plants. If you were going to grow something like green beans or something like what is it, green beans or tomatoes, not tomatoes, cucumbers, you can trellis those over those plants that need shade, and that way, they'll have shade. Or you can just plant it by a tree or something that gets shade. But definitely, um, tomatoes tomatoes need shade. I think over 90. Somebody said over 90 degrees, tomatoes will not produce as much. But yeah, guys, I got my plants out, and I got those roots out of the ground. And after that, I came back out and checked the soil, like I said, and it was damp, but not too damp. So I turned it over to mix the dry soil underneath with the wet soil on top. Then I put some topsoil on top of that, and then I put um, some slow release fertilizer on top of that. Now, if the soil wasn't wet at that point, I would have tilled it in with my electric tiller, but because it wasn't, I just mixed it in with a rake, and then I planted my seeds for that half of my garden, watered it in with some liquid fertilizer and water, and that was it. So I did get half of my garden planted yesterday. So I'm happy about that. And I was hoping to get the other half planted today, but with this rain that we got, I won't be able to till anything because it's so muddy. And then I have the electric tiller, so I'm not getting out there and electrocuting myself with an extension cord going through the wet grass and stuff. So, oh, Growing with Hudson is live. I wanted to go to her live. I think I'm gonna go and watch her for a minute to help pass away some time until I can get outside, let this grass dry up, let this area dry up, and then I'll probably try to get out there and go and do some more planting. My tomato plant didn't do anything this summer. They all burned. Yeah, that's what's what a lot, because we were in triple digits. The tomatoes just did not do well. And somebody was telling me if we would have left them in, they it's a possibility that they come could have eventually bounced back. But where I had my tomatoes at, it was taking up space for stuff that I needed to plant for my fall. So I had to pull mine up. Plus they were diseased. Mine was getting aphid disease. Well, not aphid disease. They had aphids all on my stem. So I just pulled it up, and I'm gonna start over. You may want to try unbiased planting them again if you got some more tomato seeds, because it's gonna be cooler. Drop you some today in a cup. Just like you did the ones with J3, drop you some today in a cup. And it should do good now. That way you can get some tomatoes before it gets cold. You can still do it. In our area, we can still do it. We got time. You got 60 days at least. So you can get some tomatoes. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to Hudson because the sun's starting to come out and stop raining. So keep my fingers crossed that the my garden area will dry up at least by tomorrow. I can get back out there and till up the other part of my garden and drop some more seeds so I can be out there checking every day, several times a day, to see what grows. But I keep y'all up to date. If I'm not, I shouldn't say if I do go back out there today, but I can't. It's nothing to do out there since it's wet. And I'm not putting down any more soil. So thank y'all for coming by and checking me out. Um, I'm going over to watch Growing with Hudson. She's live. Y'all can join me over there. Don't forget to hit that like button and share the video. See y'all next time.